Everybody. So when you're reactive, which, you know, we all get reactive sometimes, there can be different signs that let us know, uh, hey, I can hear the sharpness in my tone of voice, or sort of like these clipped messages, or I can feel something changing in my face or in my heart rate. Reactivity is sort of a spike into defensiveness or into a fight or flight stress response at some level. And I do think that there is a way that you can be skillful when reactive if you can first kind of catch a few things. If you can sort of support your physical body, and if you can kind of re engage your thinking brain. Like these are things that tend to kind of go offline when you're reactive. And that's why you start saying stuff you regret or clamming up and shutting down altogether. It can look different ways for different folks. But the point is to get like all parts of you um, kind of like plugged back in. So we've talked in other videos about some of the signs of reactivity, and I encourage you to take a look at what some of those are so you can kind of help yourself to notice when you're reactive. I mean, that's really the one of the hardest things is to even catch it in the first place. But once you do catch it, once you can kind of get to that place where sometimes, even sometimes, would be a good thing, you're like, oh yeah, like I'm reactive right now. I'm triggered right now. What do you do? So the next thing is to kind of shift your body out of the stress response. That's essential. So try one of these practices and see which one is most accessible to you. That's the best one to start with. And it can be a deep inhale. And I like to kind of go, how can I just breathe in and out until I can really like connect to my heartbeat and kind of slow it down. Sometimes I like to breathe and count to three. Like, so breathe in for three, hold for three, count to three, like even breathing. It doesn't have to be three. Obviously, it can be kind of any number. But when our body is in a stress response, there's a particular breathing pattern that we just sort of do naturally. And when you shift that and create an even breathing pattern, that makes a difference. That starts to kind of like let the brain know, like, okay, we're good again, right? Um, Another body based thing, do a body scan. Just take the time to sit down and even for 30 seconds, look for tension, like kind of go all the way up and see like where am I upset? Where do I feel it? Is my stomach clenched? Is it in my jaw? Is it my shoulders? Is my face tight? um, you know, uh, Chest, heart, chest. Like these are places where a lot of people feel tension. And so let yourself do a body scan, look for that tension, and then do a second round and notice all that's okay. Like let your body like or kind of cue your brain to look for something specific. It will not only re-engage the parts of the brain that we want to re-engage, but it will kind of also send a particular message to the rest of you, like, oh, okay, we're not actually in danger right now. you know so if you're super freaked out, if and you can manage to do this, then you can even put one hand on your forehead right here and one at the base of your skull and just breathe for 60 seconds. There's something really, without going into details, like really profound that happens by just kind of holding these two places. It's why we sort of do that naturally when we're a little like upset or confused or baffled. And so holding that pose 60 seconds by itself is something that can really sort of like bring you back. And then NVC wise, a feelings and needs guess first for yourself. If there's another person involved, for them second. But this is like has two like this does two things. First, it's gonna again kind of like re-engage the thinking part of your brain in a certain way. And kind of like in order to do it, you got to step out of whatever the story is that you are otherwise sort of steeped in a particular moment. Like, all right, well, what am I feeling and needing? Just words on that list. um And what do I think they're feeling and needing? It will start to kind of like put you into a different paradigm. And it's also a much more skillful way to move forward if it turns out that the reactivity is in the context of a conversation, or you do need to kind of like continue to collaborate with somebody. um, if you're in touch with feelings and needs, it will set you up for something very different than if you keep moving forward just kind of in this reactive space. Even if you stay quiet, even if you manage to keep your mouth shut and you're not going to spout off something that you regret saying, knowing feelings and needs, of course, gives more leverage to meet more of those needs, to find some win-wins, and to focus on the things that kind of move you in that direction. So breath work, body scan, posing or holding this pose, feelings and needs guesses, uh, all very simple. Find the one that you can think of, just do that one. And let me know how it goes. If you would like to keep kind of checking out these videos as they come, then press subscribe, or you can certainly sign up at consciouscommunication.co and we'll send them your way when they are uploaded. Thanks so much, everybody.